let's move on now to our very next story. From deadly clashes to mass displacements, the people of Benue have endured too much for too long. And yet the question remains, where is the political will to end the bloodshed? That's why on Thursday, News Central is hosting a special town hall meeting, a platform for truth, accountability and real answers, where we'll be bringing together security experts, community leaders and government officials to confront the crisis heads-on in Benue State.
What concrete steps is being taken now, not later, to protect lives and restore dignity of the people of Benue State? This isn't just another panel, it's a demand for justice. Join us this morning on Breakfast Central in the build-up to tomorrow's Town Hall series as the directors of the Center for Pre-Degree and Diploma Studies at Prince Abubakar Audu University in Anyigba, Kogi State, Professor Patrick Ukase. A warm welcome to you, Prof. And thanks for joining us on Breakfast Central. Now, we've seen a spike in these attacks. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, we've seen a spike in these attacks in Benue State in recent months. What could you attribute? Even Mr. President visited Benue State a few weeks ago. What would you say is responsible for this spike? And are all these attacks coming from one source?
Okay, thank you very much. The TV, first and foremost, let me commend News Central for the town hall meeting coming up tomorrow. In the last 2 months, News Central has been in the forefront of trying to bring to the world what is happening in Benue. I want to commend the station for a job well done. His Royal Majesty, the TV, was very clear when the president visited Benue State about 3 weeks ago. And he said, what is happening in Benue State, the recent spike in killing of Benue people by suspected headers, is what His Royal Majesty, the Totiv, Professor Ayate, termed as an attempt at land grabbing. He was very, very clear on this, and I appeared on your program on a number of occasions where I tried to provide a historical exposition to the challenges we are facing today. And I made the point, just like the Totiv said, that given the richness in land in the area in the Benue Valley, most of the Fulani herders feel that it can be a place for them to stay permanently. And because of that, they have decided to find a way of grabbing land in Benue State. And this has provided an opportunity for them to continue to attack the people within the area. And so basically what we are experiencing is, and this has been on for well over, like I said in our previous program, has been on for more than 15 years. I made the point that for well over 15 years, we've had people in IDP camps in Benue State. And that was why, even ahead of the 2023 election, one of the campaign promises of the present governor was that he's going to, ensure that people go back to their respective homes if elected governor. So basically, to make it very clear, it is an attempt at land grabbing.
All right, an attempt at land grabbing. But very soon, we will be gathered there again, talking about News Central, as we look forward to have a town hall series. We do understand that the president also had a town hall meeting, which indeed saw the Totiv, like you've rightly mentioned, speak tough and express his keen displeasure at some of the situations that are indeed leading to the killings and so on. But as one who has followed up with this crisis, would you say that since the president's visitation, there has been some sort of improvement in insecurity, or do you think that it had very little effect?
Well, thank you very much. I think since the president came, there has been relative peace in the state. In the last 3 weeks, Benue State has not been in the news for the negative reasons. You recall that when the president came, he gave marching instructions to service chiefs who were all seated in that town hall meeting to ensure that the perpetrators are arrested. You also notice that shortly after, a number of them were arrested. It was in the news. The IG of police informed Nigerians that some suspects have been arrested. However, we don't know whether they have been prosecuted. News is still silent. The police is still silent as to what they have done with those who have been arrested. So it is important that the police keep citizens informed about what is happening. Let it not be another tales by moonlight that people have been arrested and then nothing has happened. We want to see prosecutions. Even the president also promised to rehabilitate Yelwata town. I understand that the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs was in Benue a few weeks ago to carry out an on-the-spot assessment with a view to ensuring that rehabilitation commences. And I think that is the right step in the right direction. At the state level, some efforts have also been made. As soon as the attack was carried out, the state government moved the people that were affected to the Makudi International Market, which is not yet in use. I understand that the government is funding for them, and humanitarian organizations are also supporting in providing medical care, food, and other resources. I also understand that the state government has been able to jack up the security vote of local government chairmen, particularly in the affected areas. I understand that, although it stands to be confirmed, that 10 million naira is being released to local government chairmen to support security interventions within their respective local government. And so, just yesterday, the state government also launched what it calls Operation Response, Quick Response Squad. I think the intention is to ensure that security agencies, state-owned security architecture is proactive in nipping this in the bud. This is in addition to the already existing security outfit that the state government launched a year ago. Having said that, I think there is still need for synergy. It is not enough to have a number of security agencies established by the same state government. There is need for the state government to harmonize and ensure that these security agencies are not just on paper, but are there to ensure that the people in their respective communities are safe. And so far, I think there has been relative peace in the state since the president came. And I also think that there is need for the government, the state government, to fully implement the open grazing prohibition law. I think these are key. But so far, there has been relative peace in the state.
Thank you very much for bringing that update. We do hope that the peace is sustained, and we're going to be able to even explore a number of these conversations further. But our correspondent, Akede Bernard, went to the IDP camps, and he spoke with a number of people, and here's what they had to say. Okay, we hope that we can bring that clip where a number of them shared their thoughts about how things are, and then we can have you react to that video. All right, we have it now, yes.
It's getting to 1 month now.
1 month?
Yes.
Okay. And why are you here? What happened that led you to come to this camp?
It's because of the Fulani crisis that they brought us here.
Okay, can you tell us very briefly what happened in which community are you from? What happened in your community that made you come here?
I'm from Yelwata community. The Fulani crisis that they killed masses of people, so the government sent motor to come and pick us and brought us here.
Okay. And before you came here, what was the condition of your living? How were you living? Your house, your farm? What were the things with you?
We are not more going to farm. We are just staying indoors. No more going far away from your house. So because of that, they attacked us.
Mama is saying that her name is Esther, that she comes from the Yelwata community. And I asked her what brought her here. She said the crisis, the Fulani crisis, brought her here. They burnt down her house and every other thing. And that's why she's here.
There you have it, correspondent Bernard Akede speaking to some of the internally displaced persons in Benue State. And we still have Professor Ukase with us to unpack the situation in Benue State ahead of our New Central Town Hall series. Now, Prof, you saw the clips of a few of the internally displaced persons in Benue State. What would you say is the conditions of this IDPs? Is the government, you did mention that the current governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth, earlier, one of his campaign promises is to return IDPs to their homes, and now we're seeing more people join this IDP camps. At what point do you think we'll be able to reverse this trend and nip security, nip this situation in the bud once and for all, so people can go back to their farming and their normal lives? Because, yes.
Farming season, and like she rightly said, even when they were home, they couldn't go to their farms, and we are already in July. You can imagine the implications for family economy and the economy of the nation when people that are supposed to provide the food or produce the food that we eat are in IDP camps. No matter how convenient the IDP camps may be, it can never be the same as home. There is a study we did some years ago, which we titled From Home to Homelessness. So these are people that were living conveniently in their homes, taking care of themselves, carrying out their respective businesses, suddenly finding themselves in IDP camps. And so what they do every day is to wait for government to provide food and basic needs, or some humanitarian organizations to provide handouts for them. This can be so inconveniencing, and sometimes it is better imagined that you have people in this type of nation. Mind you, the Makurdi International Market is still yet to be put in use. It's an empty space for now, but you can imagine how inconveniencing it will be for a number of persons to stay there for this while. And that is why it is important for the federal government to take active steps in ensuring that these people return back to their homes and continue their respective businesses. I'm glad that you are going to have a town hall meeting tomorrow in the state, and it will give the government an opportunity to respond to the humanitarian crisis and tell us some of the efforts they are putting in place to ensure that these people go back to their respective homes. But I think the federal government promised to ensure that it's rehabilitated. I should also note that this is not just in Yelwata. For instance, in my local government, and I made the point last time, West local government area of Benue State, out of the 15 council wards we have, 13 have been sacked. They have all moved to the local government headquarters where they are living in various IDP camps. And so attention has shifted to Yelwata because it happened there. Government will need to take a holistic view and provide a lasting solution to the problem such that we don't address one area and leave the other area. The same thing is also happening in other parts of the state. We have similar challenges in Zone C, particularly in Idoma, Agatu axis. In Kwande local government area of Benue State, we have a number of IDP camps, and of course, in Sankara axis of the state, where we have about 3 local governments. So it is important that government takes a holistic view of the challenges that we face so that it doesn't appear as if we are addressing one issue or one area and allowing the other ones to continue to suffer.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof, for speaking with us. Let's see what tomorrow would bring. We're quite excited because the News Central's Town Hall series has been indeed a very strong force to reckon with when it comes to highlighting some of the societal ills and issues. And we always look forward to feeling the pulse of the people and proffering solutions. And we hope that you're going to make it there as well tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.